Hello, I am Abel, and so are you. I'm back again here with a tool, a multi tool that I come across, and a lot of you guys know about these multi tools. Um, this is, I would even say, below entry level. But let's look at the package really quick first. This is OZARK Trail Outdoor 15-in-1 multi-tool, sheath included. Doesn't look like any type of part number. These come from Walmart. Um, and he has he has a big brother. This one runs about 15 bucks, 17 with taxes. His bigger brother is about 43 bucks. And there are some of the functions. You guys can pause that, get your warnings, cut hazard, sharp blades. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Very cheap. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of a plain Jane. You know, nothing imprinted or anything on it. This is not a SOG. This is not a Leatherman. This is not a Gerber. This is below entry level. But the reason why I got it, because it has a couple features on here that, oh goodness, it's very hard to work, and you got to be able to expect that with a tool this cheap, but it's spring loaded. You guys know I like spring loaded. So this thing has a lot of things they can do, especially if you're a, if you're a MacGyver type guy who's very creative. You're going to get much more use out of this than your normal guy. And that goes for all of the multi-tools. A multi-tool, to me, is as good as its user. It's only, us guys who are, these laymen who are beginners or whatever. They won't use this tool in a way that a well-seasoned outdoorsman or a well-seasoned tradesman would use this. But let's just go through this real quick. From the top, these are kind of like needle nose. And if you look here at the serrations, they're not very deep. Some deeper grooves here. And, I don't know about the metal. So if you get to tugging on some nuts or screws, I don't know how well these teeth will hold up. I don't know how strong this metal is. And like I said, with the SOGs, the Leathermans, their metals are gonna be a little bit harder. But this little acorn nut kind of fits in there kind of good, you know. These blades here, they're not removable. Once you break them or dull them, you won't be able to use them anymore. Are they sharp? Well, we're gonna try them out, but no, I won't do a spoiler alert. We'll just wait and see. We're gonna try to cut some little wires, a little rope with that. You got your rivet here. they smooth that out pretty good, and it does what it's supposed to do. Okay, moving down, let's just close this back up. Ugh. It's very hard, and I guess you got to work it loose, but again, this is not a premium tool, so I don't expect a whole lot out of this. Okay, here you got a serrated blade. It feels pretty good. It feels pretty sharp. Let's see what else is in here. There. You got a slotted screwdriver. This here, I'm not sure. I thought that was a bottle opener, but it has a bottle opener, so I'm not sure. Like I said, some of you MacGyver type guys, you're going to utilize these way better than your normal person would. And so there is your bottle opener there, and another slotted. And the lever here to take the lock off is right there. It runs across both ends. So it locks in, and then you can release it. Let's see what else is on this side. This is a saw. This has a very interesting blade to it, and I don't know if you can make this out, but it has two separately cutted blades. It has this side cut, and you have those on inside of each one, and then you flip it, and it's the same way. So it's a very nice saw blade, if you ask me, and it is very sharp. I can just feel it with my fingers. It's a very sharp saw. So that's all that's on this side. On this side, we got a file. So you got one grade here, another grade here, and it's kind of thick. You see how thick that is? So it's not gonna, it's not gonna break too easy. Again, I don't know what kind of metal this is made out of. Here's a regular drop point blade. Not very, I can tell you right now, that's not very sharp. But, you can always sharpen these, to your liking. It's not very sharp. Here, let's see if we can get these out. So there's your blade. Go ahead and drop that back in. And here, again, I'm not sure what this little hook is for. But then you have a Phillips here. And we already looked at the saw. And here is what's interesting for a tool this cheap is scissors. Check that out. And these scissors are nice. They're big. A lot of times these scissors on these multi-tools be very small. But these got a decent size. And they feel robust. I mean, they don't feel flimsy or anything like that. They're not wobbling or anything like that. They're pretty good. For a $15 tool now. Keep in mind, $15 tool. Okay? I gotta be careful not to cut myself. All right. So, excuse me. So, I picked this up because I don't have any multi-tools. And I'm getting somewhat intrigued, but I don't want to jump into the deep end. I don't want to jump into a $150 pair of multi-tools or a $100 pair. I didn't want to do that right off, just right off the rip. I wanted to get familiar with these, and I said, hey, start low and gradually go up, because I have a lot of different bags, and so if I start low, I'll just throw these in different bags as I, if my interest continues to, graduate, I'll go on up to bigger, or not bigger, but better materials and better tools that would be in these, better jaws, so on and so forth. So here's the sheath. The problem I had with this is when I put it in, you see this belt clip? When I put it in, because it won't go in this way. It's very tight going in this way. And it would be very hard to pull out. So you want your slimmer in first. But you see, you have to stick it down in there. But because of that pocket clip, it gets hung up on this. And when I push it all the way in, that's the way it's supposed to go. That's the way it'll sit on your side. But then when you want to remove it, it gets caught. See how it's caught? And so you have to do some finagling. And I already kind of ripped the seam. So I don't know how they messed that up. But I do want to use the sheath. So I said, well, I'll take, and I'm going to have to remove this here. And to remove this, what size we got? We got a T9. This is the end, T9. So what I'm going to try to do is remove that. And so now that that's removed, I can now put this in with no problem. See that? And guess what? I probably could have left this on. Yeah. I probably could have left this on. And instead of putting it in this way, just turned it that way. Well, I'll put that back on later and try that later. But what I want to quickly do is cut. Let's see if this will cut. Okay. So this is some little wire I got here. Let's see. 14 gauge. Let's see if this will cut. It's stuck. It didn't cut. And I can't. There we go. So it pinched it, but it didn't do anything. Let's try it again. And as you can, I don't know if you see how those blades go past each other? They actually go past each other. Past each other. So they're not really cutting. So if I take it up here toward the top, it just pinches everything, but it won't. And then see how it's stuck. So I have to take something to put in between this to kind of pry it loose, kind of help it. So I'm not exactly sure what that is supposed to cut because, yeah, and now they're kind of off a little bit. Look at that. See? But again, $15 tool. So, I don't want to gripe too much. because it's just a $15 tool. Now, if this was a $40 tool, you know, I might have some gripes. But yeah, let's see if I can find the scissors. Okay, so let's see if this will cut scissors. Or cut scissors with a scissor cut. Yep, a scissor cut. First time it cut pretty good. I guess if I go down here, yeah, if I go down toward the pivoting, it will cut better. Yeah, they cut. So this here, some 5/32 wire, gauge wire in terms of diameter. This is about 100 pounds. You know, I know you can get paracord, you know, a lot tougher, a lot stronger, but, you know, for regular camping, you know, 100 pounds is pretty good. Let's see if these scissors will cut that. Let's take it down. Okay, maybe I gotta give it a little tension. Yeah, I mean, again, guys, $15. And it's definitely, it cuts, but it's nothing like a whop. Yeah, but it does it. So is this worth 15 bucks? Yes, it's worth $15. You know, do you want to chuck this in one of your bags or throw this in the glove compartment? And, you know, if you need a small nut that you need to take off or grab on something, you need, you know, needle nose, grab something, it's spring loaded. You got a couple of knives on here. You got a saw on here. You know, again, $15, definitely. It's worth $15, but it's not the best tool. It clearly is not, you know, Gerber, Sog, Leatherman. It's clearly not those. I know that. But Walmart, you can walk in Walmart and pick this up for $15. I think it's you know, depending on your level of, you know, perfection, I would definitely pick this up, you know, for a kid, you know, he's a Boy Scout or something like that. This would be perfect for him, or her, a Girl Scout, you know. This would be a perfect tool to get started, entry level, but yeah, I think I may have given too much time to this already. But that's all I got, fellas. I just picked it up, and I'm definitely going to probably graduate to some better ones. But I did want to start out with this one and just get familiar with them and kind of work with them a little bit and see where they fall short and see where some of the other ones may, you know, take it to the next level. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Comment, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff. If there's anything I left out about this tool, please put it in the comments. Educate myself, educate others. We'll all be better for it. And remember to thumbs up.